Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. This is the Big D again, and this time around I'm going to be doing another Hanna-Barbera ranking list, and this time it's superhero tunes. Now for this list I've got 12 tunes. It's different from the 10 tunes I recently took down on paper, but I managed not to make an exception of adding 2 additional ones. However, I'm excluding licensed characters such as the Fantastic Four, the Super Globetrotters, and the Super Friends. Yes. So anyway, here we go. Number 12 is the Space Cadets from 1966. Now these were just 4 ordinary little kids, but they could use their rocket packs to help them escape dangers. Though they were Countdown, Scooter, Jenny, and Snoopy, and their canine companion Popstar. They go on various adventures and hopefully escaping from the wicked space pirate Captain Skyhook and his sidekick Static, who's always insisting the captain take care of the kids in a bad sort of way. He bumps them on the head like, "You don't do that to little kids, Static!" "Oh, you don't, Captain?" "No!" Yeah, that's my best impression of those two. If you've never seen this, you should. It's cute, it's got some funny moments and what have you. I do love it. It's very good. Number 11 is Shazam from 1967. Now, this was about 2 teenage siblings named Chuck and Nancy, and they find 2 rings that kind of split in the middle, right at the end, but when they are put together, they form the name Shazam. And that's who they meet. Shazam's this giant genie, and he transports them to the Arabian times. And there they meet with a flying camel named Kabubi, who will take them on all sorts of amazing adventures. Whenever there's trouble, they will insist on ring time and call Shazam to help them get through dangers. But Shazam can't send the 2 home until the rings are returned to their rightful master. But still, this is a good show. Shazam's a bit underrated, though, but I do like it, though. I really do. Next, at number 10 is My Tour, originally from 1967's Moby Dick and Mighty Mightor, who I'm also excluding since Moby Dick is factually a licensed character. But anyway, My Tour was in a way similar to, sort of a precursor to He-Man, and so is another show, which I'll mention later on. It takes place in prehistoric times, when a young man named Tor and his dinosaur companion Tog rescue an ancient hermit from danger, and grateful, he gives Tor a powerful club. Yeah, a club that possesses great powers. When he raises the club and yells, "My Tor," that's who he becomes, and Tog gets transferred into a fire-breathing dragon. They take on all sorts of prehistoric baddies and rescue their friend Shira and Lil Rock, who unfortunately is a mischievous little dude. He wears kind of a kid's get-up of Mightor and also gives his bird companion Orc a Mightor mask too. Really a good show. I think you'd like it. You might like the Moby Dick segment as well. But I'll explain that if I do a review on that someday. Next, at number 9 is the Galaxy Trio. Yes, I was wanting at 8, but I figure it's okay for 9. This was a tough decision, because my next 2 are trios. The Galaxy Trio, originally from Birdman, 1967, which we'll see where that winds up later on, are these 3 characters. Vaporman, who can change part of himself or all of himself into a gaseous form to help him escape all sorts of dangers and other foes and baddies. Well, you get the idea. Gravity Girl, who can really bend the laws of gravity by flying and also using powers to lift things, really something. And Meteor Man, who can, make any part of his body grow to a big size and really pack a wallop. Really cool. And actually, he's voiced by Ted Cassidy, best known for playing Lurch on the Addams Family TV show. Yeah, and he do lots of other characters until his death in 1979. Next, number 8 would be the Team Force from Space Stars, 1981. Now, I've talked about this when I did the first part of my A's animation collection. If you have yet to see it, you should. The Team Force are these 3 characters, which are Kid Comet, who can run at tremendous speeds and turn into a comet, Moleculad, who can change his molecular form, and Electro, who has 3 psionic abilities: telekinesis, and telepathy, and teleportation. Really cool. Electro is probably one of the many babes of A's animation in my book. She's a hot redhead. I'm sorry, I'm just having some fun with y'all. Next at number 7 is Frankenstein Jr. from Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles from 1966, which we'll see where the Impossibles wind up. But this is Frankenstein Jr., who's this big robot who actually looks like, well, a futuristic type Frankenstein. But he's a good guy, created by a young boy genius named Buzz Conroy and his dad, who is a scientist. Whenever there's trouble, Buzz has a ring to use this special beam to reflect the little antenna on top of Frankie's head, and then knows what's going on, and then smash his arms ready to get charged up, and then alakazoom! They take the flight and go on some great adventures and take on all sorts of strange characters, but really cool show. I've seen every episode of that, and I think you'll love it. Next, number 6, this is actually the other character I was going to mention, who is in a way a precursor to He-Man, and that's young Samson from 1967. Although the show originally started as... No, wait, it was 66, I'm sorry. Although the show originally had... Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm getting my years mixed up. I think it was 67. Although the show originally was Samson and Goliath, but in early 68 the name was changed to Young Samson, so it wouldn't get confused with the stop-motion claymation Christian tune Davy and Goliath. Now, Young Samson was in a way similar to He-Man's Prince Adam becoming He-Man. But however, he uses these special wristbands, yeah, that's what I meant, wristbands, and soon he becomes a mighty warrior version of Samson. And then he also changed his dog Goliath into the mighty lion known as Goliath, who can possess lots of special powers. You'll see if you ever think of watching this. I think you'll really like it. Now, number 5, well, which was more different because I had my tour there, but I forgot about this character. I wouldn't have forgotten a Super Toon without this character. And that would be Dioma, Dog Wonder, and his partner, the Blue Falcon. Dioma, Dog Wonder, 1976. Now, this was a show that was teamed with Scooby-Doo when he got sent to the Alphabet Network. Now, Dioma is a go-go dog person. He's this dog with robotic arms and legs and ears and whatever. But he can malfunction sometimes, much to Blue Falcon's disapproval. Always call him Dog Blunder. Blue Falcon's voiced by Gary Owens. Great guy. He was a very funny guy. I mean, I see him as the announcer of the show Rowan Martin's Life, and he did lots of other characters like Roger Ramjet and Space Ghost, who we'll see where that character winds up. But I always like it when they take on all sorts of baddies, including, well, 6 of their foes, which formed the Injustice League of America. And those were the Gimmick, Lowbrow, Fishface, the Worm, the Queen Hornet, and Super Thug. That episode was very good, actually, but they do face lots of other foes, and they even encounter Scooby-Doo and the rest of the Mystery Incorporated gang in a few episodes. Really good show, actually. If you've never seen Dioma, you should. Oh yeah, he and Blue Falcon also appeared in an episode of Dexter's Laboratory. but really good. Now, here's the final four. I'll try not to go so quickly. Number 4 is The Impossibles from Frankenstein Jr. and The Impossibles, 1966. Now, The Impossibles are a rock and roll group, and they go on tour, but whenever there's trouble, they will soon get contacted by their boss known as Big D, which that's not me, okay? Because I wasn't even born in the 60s, okay? Sorry, I was just having some fun with y'all. But anyway, soon Big D tells the band that there's trouble, and soon the Singing Impossibles become who they really are: superheroes. Coil Man, Fluid Man, Multi-Man. Yes, and with their cry of "Rally Ho!" they'll take on all sorts of crooks and baddies. I think you might want to check it out. If you like some of these great types of characters, kind of like maybe The Incredibles, maybe you should look into The Impossibles. They're real cool. Number 3 would be the original Birdman from 1967. Yeah, long before you probably saw that Adult Swim series, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, there was actually this show, which it's actually based off of Birdman. And Birdman's a winged hero. He has solar powers, which include solar shield, solar blast, because he gets his powers from the sun, like Superman in a way. But however, he loses his power. The sun's rays are blocked off. He takes on all sorts of baddies. Well, once he's contacted by his boss, Falcon 7, and along with his Eagle Avenger, and sometimes a young sidekick who would appear in some episodes, not all of them, Bird Boy would take on lots of baddies, especially from the organization Fear, and led by the mysterious Number 1. Well, he's not too much mysterious. I'll just read it for fun. But if you've already seen Harvey Birdman, you need to see the original Birdman. You will definitely enjoy it. Birdman! That's his best known trademark call. Really cool. Number 2 is the Herculoids from 1967, who I've mentioned in Space Stars, but this was their original series. I can't remember the name of their original home, but anyway, the Herculoids are these weird creatures formed of Zoc, a dragon that can shoot laser beams from its eyes and tail, Igu, a giant ape made of rock, Tundro the Tremendous, this kind of part Triceratops, rhinoceros character that has armor like a armadillo and can fire energy rocks from its horn. Really cool. And the formless, fearless walkers, these shape-shifting blobs named Gloop and Gleep. Led by 3 humans, Xandor, their leader, along with his wife Tara and son Dorno. They team up to protect their home planet from sinister invaders. Really a good show. I think you'll love the Herculoids. It's really exciting, and I do enjoy it. As the intro actually originally goes, somewhere out in space live the Herculoids. And now, number 1, that would be the original. I will give his trademark intro. Space Ghost from 1966. Gary Owens voices the title character. Yeah, it wears this black mask, yellow cape, and the red insignia with the Ghost Planet logo, because that's where his headquarters is, the Ghost Planet. He's aided by 2 teenagers, their siblings, Jan and Jace, and their pet monkey, Blip. They'll take on all sorts of intergalactic baddies, especially mostly some of the well-known ones would later form a group called the Council of Doom. Those were Metalis, the Creature King, Moltar, the Spider-Woman, not to be confused with a later Marvel character, Brack and Zorak. Brack and Zorak would be more popular, and so would Moltar, because they would appear on Space Ghost's talk show when, I hope they don't mind me saying the name, Cartoon Network came out, called Space Ghost Coast to Coast, as well as its spin-off Cartoon Planet. I think you should see the original Space Ghost and see him take out the baddies with his power bands. Oh, it's so much fun. What do you think? Please feel free to like, comment on this if you like any of these, and please subscribe. I'm the Big D. I'm almost out of time. See ya!